Thank you. I needed that. Hello, and welcome back to Roommates Gaming. We are fucking this up already from the start. It's been a long time.
Typical fucking it up already, baby.
Yep, welcome back to the Sausage Tray. Roommates Gaming's not really bi-weekly podcast anymore because we took 3 months off.
Yep. We didn't mean to take 3 months off.
We did.
How do you accidentally just not do a podcast for 3 months?
Corona.
I don't feel like that was on accident.
And then
yes. To be fair, this was to be fair a lot easier to get set up for video than we took it for. Josh and I were both like, we kind of want to figure that out, but we have no idea where to start. And
same.
like 2 weeks ago, we're like, oh shit,
this is the easiest fuck. We could have been doing this like day one. As soon as we had to keep staying home, we could
exactly like
we're a little bad about that. But at the same time, I mean, we all kind of got pretty busy too.
Yeah, we all got busy. The world has definitely been different lately. To catch back up real quick and get back on track. Again, my name is Justin. Wherever he is, there's Josh. And Eric. I'm pointing the wrong direction, so Josh and Eric. But anyway, I'll mirror it, something like that.
On our screen.
Yeah, on
our screen, if you're pointing, I guess, this way. Yeah, that way. That's me.
Okay.
And then,
Okay. Yeah, you guys are backwards for me then, because you're next to my Get Fiddles on my screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, there's that.
I guess
all right, now that we figured out orientation
on the right.
We are going to try to get back in the habit of doing the sausage tray every 2 weeks, and of course rotating that out with Hard to Play, which we'll be back with next week, because I cannot wait to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 and how wrong people are about it.
Plus, hey, we'll have some Pokemon news because tomorrow is the.
Oh yeah, we got some
Pokemon direct thing.
Yeah, dude. So we got even more coming for us. We'll have a lot to go over next week. We're looking forward to it. Please check us out for these videos, the podcast. You can find them on youtube.com/roommatesgaming or in audio version on any podcast platform, because we go pretty much everywhere. Make sure you check us out on twitch.tv/roommatesgaming for some of our past videos and streams that we do. We try to go up periodically and do that. We have no idea what is going on with the spring circuit.
Oh yeah, this
right now.
Of course, we had this big idea for this big year-long events, and of course Rona hits.
It was a good fun idea. Eric won and the world fell apart.
We needed to test him. That's what the universe was saying, that he was in fact doping.
So in order for Eric to just be standing champion forever, he decided to just rain down plagues on everybody.
Like, I won't lose this trophy.
Exactly.
Sons of bitches.
I will neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
So yeah, whenever we get that figured out, we'll have it going up. But please check out the gameplay videos that we put up usually every Monday over on youtube.com/roommatesgaming. Again, check us out on Twitter, Instagram. We're all there. Join our Discord. Be part of our conversations. Jump in, say hello to everybody. The links for all that stuff is down below, so you can jump in and be friends with us and hang out and check out our content. This is usually the part where I throw it to Josh or Eric because we have a topic to go over. But guys, this week we have nothing. So
not really. We just really wanted to try this and get back.
Yeah, we've been out of the game.
We've been out of the game. We just kind of want to come back. I mean, we haven't really seen each other really, but like once over like the last, maybe once or twice over the last like 2 or 3 months. So we haven't really like even gotten to hang out or anything like that.
It's been sparse. So we did a record session one day, and then my internet went out the day of the PlayStation 5 reveal. Yeah. And you guys were kind enough to come let me sit quietly in the corner and watch it and then leave. So appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, it's just that we want to get back into a stride. We recognize there's a lot going on in the world right now between COVID and other matters, and to go ahead and address the elephant in the room, Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ plus rights are important. Lives are important. We are all supporters.
Yep.
of course, coming back to a podcast in the middle of all that would be a good opportunity to address those issues. But we've kind of chosen, we hope you respect that that's not what we want to dwell on for today. We kind of just want to catch back up because we've been friends for nearly 20 years. So we kind of just want to recap and catch up on each other because we haven't been together in so long, and get back into communicating with you guys for following our content and being so awesome in our community. So thank you for that. And
honestly, I feel like being 3 white guys, I feel like having other people be able to have their own platform before we even say anything is more important than us giving our opinion.
Right.
So, I mean, I may technically be part of the LGBT community, but I don't really feel like it. So, I don't know why, but I don't know. It's complicated and don't really want to get into it, but I mean, I guess that's a bad thing. I feel like society is making me feel like, but like you said, we're not trying to dwell on those, serious topics.
Right.
We support Black lives. We support, the LGBT community. And like I said, technically, I guess I'm part of it, but I never really like feel like I'm part of it. But, but yeah, but we want to just laugh.
Yep.
Shit, just kind of enjoy each other's company, just kind of just hang out and talk and be here for people who want to listen or watch, and also just kind of enjoy 3 friends getting to hang out and talk to each other that I haven't gotten to in a long time.
Exactly. We fully and groundfully support those movements entirely, and we don't have very much of a platform. So I mean, but
True.
We want to make sure that at least that point is clear. So with that said, how's your summer going, guys? You enjoying the warm weather?
It's been humid.
It's been humid. Yeah, it's been ass. That's what it's been.
I am so thankful I bought a new car at the beginning of the summer, and I can now enjoy air conditioning on my way to work.
Oh yeah, Eric's got a new car. Yeah,
that roommate's gaming money.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys.
Remember the last time I think we recorded? Eric's grandma died. That's what bought him his car.
He's not wrong.
2020, everybody.
We're a comedy podcast. See,
I was not laughing at the fact that your grandma died. I was laughing at the humor of Josh just dropping that. Like, this was the context of previously on.
Yeah, previously on Roommates Gaming, a podcast. Remember when Eric was dressed all fancy? His grandma died. Well, he got a new car now. It's been 3 months.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the new car and the air conditioning.
Yeah. Could you imagine being in that 30-year-old Jeep? No air conditioning, nothing. Just roll down the windows and hope you don't die.
I couldn't. No.
My the AC in my Armada has been out for a year, and last week I finally took it to a mechanic, and it was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, fix it all. Because like it'll still cost me less than a down payment on a new car because I own that one outright. Just fix everything.
Like, these are my problems, please fix them. I'd like to continue using it.
Yeah. like it was a good girl, I'd like to take care of her and use some more.
It sounded weird, but all right.
Yeah, this is kind of the way we communicate with my mechanic.
French fried taters.
Seconded.
Exactly. Yeah, it's humid. It's terrible. We apparently have a dust storm rolling in next week. If you guys haven't heard about that.
No, we got rain.
I wasn't aware we lived in the Midwest.
No, the Midwest is coming to us because 2020.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, Pangea is happening again.
Cool.
It's
cool.
ridiculous. When you look at after this, Look it up, guys. It's a giant brown cloud that's just moving east. And
Someone
it's like
farted a lot over there. Just
yeah,
in another way.
exactly.
But yeah, no, for July, instead of aliens invading,
We get a dust bowl.
we get a dust bowl.
Exactly.
Dust Bowl 2020.
Happy 30th birthday, Josh, for you get a dust bowl.
Yep. There was a report that some unidentified object, a large object, is floating in space. So probably a meteorite heading right for the planet Earth.
You wish it was a meteorite.
It's actually a monster.
Yeah. The flying spaghetti monster finally
You've
came
seen
into
Cloverfield, right?
What's that?
You've seen Cloverfield, right?
Yeah. Yes, I have. I've also seen Evolution, and I actually kind of prefer that that alien invasion theory. Yeah, 2020 has not been great so far. So
Trying to make the best of it.
trying to make the best of it. Yeah, enjoying the inside of my home, family and children.
2020. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going with.
Yep. We're gonna go to Japan, but then 2020 happened.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have a topic. Let's talk about that. So for close to 3 years, I've been background planning a trip to Japan. And
It has been close to 3 years now.
Yeah. For a solid year, we've been actively planning a trip to Japan. And because we were going to go for our collective 30th birthdays. That's why it's taken so long. Not because things were wrong, but because we had an idea in mind for what we were going to do for our 30th birthdays and had it set. So, I would communicate with the guys, had this whole planned out. Like, all right, we'll go on March 6th and buy our plane tickets. We did it, got them, all good. Country shuts down. Everything shut down. Flights get canceled. Everybody gets sick. People start dying. Everything goes awry. Japan's like, nope, not coming in here, and shuts off travel. So at this point, we're not going to Japan. So that whole idea got turned on its head. I appreciate the patience you guys have shown throughout that entire thing. But
I understand it. Like,
yeah,
I'm upset because we had, like you said, we've been planning this for 3 years. Like, we had the idea, hey, when we turn 30, we should all go to Japan because that's a country we all can agree we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
30 is a big year. We're all turning 30 that same year. Like, so that'd be the perfect time to do it. And then, Corona prevents us. And like, I really thought I'd be more like, I'm sad, but like, I'm less like sad or upset than I thought I'd be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm a little more optimistic this year, given the circumstances of
things can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's suffering, not just you. So
Yeah. But one of the other, like, I guess, big reasons why I kind of wanted to do this trip is, I got my brain don't work completely right, and I've got really bad mental problems, and I don't know, I've never thought I'd really live past 30, mainly just because I didn't think I would want to live with my mental disorder.
This is actually 2020 going, hi, bitch, you're living another year whether you like it or not.
Like, I never really thought about living with it long term because what I have is chronic and I can never get rid of it. I can only deal and manage, take drugs and hope for the best.
That just sounds like you're fucking doping on acid and
No,
Is that not what he's doing?
No, I used to do a lot of drugs and drink alcohol to solve my problems, but then I went to the hospital and I decided to stop doing all of that.
This is not working. I might need to change this.
Yeah, this is not working. I might need a better help. I'm just really slowly killing my insides this way.
yeah, but healthy coping is boring.
I think I like healthy coping better. I feel like some days are better than most.
I like how the way this looks on camera is you're sitting here talking about being honest and opening up about your mental state and your opinions on it, and then Eric is sitting in the dark over your shoulder, just no, come back, don't be healthy.
Come back to the dark side, Josh.
Booze is better.
Hang on.
He's getting there. He goes.
Going straight up Palpatine.
Come to the dark side.
Never. Oh God. No, go back.
Now we wait for 5 minutes while we figure out the lights again.
Not shit. There we go.
Now put the strobe back on.
Oh yeah, you want some of that? No. For audio listeners, we're changing the lights. One of the new things we have over in the video game side of the studio is we have a new acoustic foam that is the color of our channel and new color lights over our recording setup for people that can't see me fucking with
yeah, just being ridiculous and playing with the light colors right now. So yeah, we if you can't tell, we're coming from the apartment gaming studio, and my house in the podcast studio. It's kind of convenient that we both live where we work.
Yep.
And put this together so easily. But
yeah, like, so that was another like big, thing for going to Japan. Like, I've never really been out of the country. I've been around the United States a bunch, but I don't think any of us have traveled outside the country. So, like, let's do this big old trip. Let's go to Japan 30. This might be just last year, so it'll be perfect.
Except for those 2 months I lived in Canada. I mean,
oh yeah, that's right. We did live in Canada there for a little bit. A lot of our videos for a good part of like 2017, we talked about Canada a lot. I think we were getting the fever. We're like, 1 year with Trump. Oh God, I think we do need to go to Canada.
Hey.
Fuck.
Time to learn hockey.
Hey, I like hockey, so that's fine.
I like
it's
hockey
pretty
too.
simple. You skate around on the ice and get in fights. There's nothing really to it.
The last time I skated, I almost got my finger chopped off. Not that I'm afraid of ice skating. But
Those long ass gorilla arms, man.
Yeah, your knuckles didn't drag when you were skating around.
Yeah, the story is almost ran over my own hand. No,
that takes talent.
But yeah, like 2020 and all of the crazy shit that has happened this year, I am really surprised. My brain's not more like, yeah, man, you're right. 30 is the year, bro. But I'm like, I'm optimistic as the world burns around me. I'm like,
yeah,
next year might be my year.
What happened is the world started burning around you, and you went, huh, I guess I don't have it so bad.
Exactly. Like, man, everything looks normal right now because everything is fucking
This looks
burning.
like the inside of my mind, but outside.
We did it. We did it.
That's what I told Eric. I'm like, I was like, 2020. When I said I wasn't sure if I wanted to live past 30. I didn't mean I was going to bring everybody with me.
Right.
I didn't mean that when I said I wasn't sure 30. If 30 was,
I've told you guys this. I've made the joke before where people really annoy me, and I don't know. I'll get stuck in traffic, or somebody will do something stupid in public, and my wife will look at me and like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "No, we need a new culling. We need something to happen to just clear out half of everybody." Like Thanos had a good idea in the long run, right? And then, just people started dropping back in March and April. I'm like, oh my God.
I didn't mean this. Shit.
This power.
What have I done?
Exactly. So, but it has, man. It's like the strange and non-stopping events of this year have really just turned things around. But I'm looking forward to, the back six of 2020 to see how things go.
Same, like I said, like surprisingly, I feel a little more optimistic than I should be. Like last year around this time, I was not doing good. Like for like almost like 3 months, I was just like hella bad. Like I was having more episodes than normal. I was more like my mood was more down. and it didn't. It barely spiked up, hardly ever. And I had a few manic times, but most of it was just depression and psychotic breaking. But
Right.
the surprise this year, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I feel like 2020 is my year. The world may be dying, but hey, like I feel like would that mean like this is gonna be my year and it doesn't turn out? I feel like 2020 is my year, even though
Josh's time to
everything's
shine.
yeah.
Back half of 2020 teleports behind you. It's nothing personal, kid.
Uh-oh, shit. I hope not. I still, like I said, I got the optimism. I really hope
Right.
that the back half of this year is.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could at least have like one good month.
Just one. One
just
out of
one.
Just pray for November. Pray November's a good.
Come on, Earth. Could you stop just once? Be
Just
cool.
once be cool.
Be cool. Just once be cool.
You can suck again next month. Just let this one be good.
Just once. Just once be cool.
Just one good month to get me through the rest of this year.
We know January 2021 is going to be kind of awful. Just on precedence, we're like, finally, we made it. Just terrible.
Yeah, for this year's Spooktober, it's not going to be any gameplay. We're just going to do a highlight reel of everything that's happened this year.
Yeah.
It's just scary.
No, for Spooktober, we're doing a brightly lit, lighthearted episode.
Only playing good, happy, fun games.
The whole
world's
year has
been
been
scary enough.
Spooktober. It's been Spook 20.
Spook 20.
Spook, yeah. Welcome to Spook 20.
Exactly. God, man, can you think like at the time this episode goes up, July 4th is a week from tomorrow, which
Yep.
for you kiddos and kitties across the pond is when we bailed on you. So like
Made the largest pot of tea the world's ever seen.
yeah, exactly. Well, that was later, but yeah. So yeah, like it's already Independence Day next week. Then we have Halloween just a couple of months away. Like it is getting really close. That whole season of things that we do and why we are also just dumbass busy in October. And then holidays kick in for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll be coming up on our 1 year anniversary and still only somehow have like 13 or 14 episodes of this fucking show. Like,
Yeah.
but
Right.
yeah, surprise. So it's, I don't know, man. It's, I feel like the back six are going to move really fast because they usually do.
Yeah.
Like,
normally the back half of the year goes by
flies,
so
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. So once you hit September, it's gone. Like,
Yep.
it's gone. So
Like, oh shit, it's December already. What the fuck happened?
yep. We my family we usually plan a yearly week long beach trip with my wife's family, and it's supposed to be the end of July, and we canceled that a couple of days ago. And I don't know what that looks like for us now because we're still trying to figure out something to do at least because we both have, like, my wife and I both have the time off. So figure something out. You know, a month later, 2 months later, we were supposed to fly to Japan on September 30th. So I've got a week and a half off for that. I'm like, do I want to give it back or do I want to take that time? I gotta figure that out. But yeah, like the rest of the year seemed really packed, and now it's opened up a bit, but it's still just, I don't know. I'm optimistic just like you, but at the same time, like, you know, how many more bad things can happen this year? Like, what else can occur?
The world could surprise us at any second.
It continuously has. It continuously has.
It seriously has surprises every turn. I know we're trying to like keep this a little more lighthearted, but I swear, man, sometimes it like I've been fairly optimistic and like positive and a like more up mood. But like after a little while, like everything that happened for like the span of this whole year, just like, I don't know, in June, I was just like, oh my God. I have had more like swings definitely in June just because of everything that has happened in the world. I was just, oh boy.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but hey, I mean, You gotta be positive.
Yep.
Yeah, I can definitely say I will probably not be interested in any apocalypse movies, plague movies, zombie movies. None of those are going to be very interesting. I lived it.
Yeah, we gotta strap on, get ready for the division, like the game.
Yeah. I want to clear this up real quick, just to follow up on what you said, Eric. The Last of Us 2 is well timed and fantastic, but this isn't hard at play, so we're not going to dive into it.
I believe you that it is well timed and fantastic.
Yep, it is. It is very good. I enjoy it.
He's currently playing the first one right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
It is wonderful, and I am very sad for the fact that game has probably been spoiled for him already if he hasn't beat it before. Because it's been out since 2013. You've had 7 years at this point. It is phenomenal. It's a really good game. It was the old Naughty Dog engine, so it's gotten better. The games play well, but there are some little fidgety things where controls don't line up when you want them to. Again, this isn't hard to play, so we're not going to dive into it right now. We'll talk about that next week. But good luck to him. I hope he enjoys it. Since we're not going to talk about video games, let's talk about movies real quick. Did you guys watch Burn After Reading?
Nope.
You had 3 months, boys. You all had 3 full fucking months.
Yeah, but it's not free.
I thought it was on Hulu. Was it not?
It was on Hulu, but the Showtime.
Oh.
I forgot we were doing movie club, so.
All right, so everybody, you have 2 more weeks.
I was gonna say we probably should do this again, but also besides the fact that it wasn't free, I'm probably actually gonna rent it or whatever.
Yeah.
Possibly buy it since it's a Coen Brothers movie, and I pretty much have liked every single movie that they've made.
It can't be expensive to be it can't be.
Yeah, I can just turn on Prime and be like, all right, let me
Showtime trial for a week.
I mean, yeah, or I could do a trial, or I could just get it on Amazon Prime. They probably have it on there.
Yeah, that's how
they have most movies that you can at least buy or rent.
Yeah, I mean that's how we do most of our viewing is through Prime Video now. That and I watch movies on Google Play as well.
Yeah,
because I do those the Google Opinion rewards that they send you every day. I mean, I get 10 to 60 cents per review or per survey that I do. So that just turns into free money that I can use to watch movies on Google Play.
Yeah.
So,
smart.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
But not sponsored.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's a great service.
Highly recommend it. We are sponsored by Game Pass, though, by Microsoft and Xbox. So, no, we are not.
No, we're not. Justin, you're supposed to be the voice of Reese.
No, man, I abandoned that shit.
Okay.
We are actually, for real, sponsored by Mixer, though. Oops.
May it rest in peace. There's an undisclosed local fast food chain that we would like to sponsor us if you guys
yeah, you know which one we're talking about.
You know who you are.
You guys are. You know who we're talking about. Go ahead and sponsor us.
Yeah. Forget
Whataburger.
I was literally about to say, forget you, Whataburger and In-N-Out Fools. You know what we want. The good one, too. Not the other one. The good one. Not the one downtown. The one. Oh, franchise, my man. So yeah, we'll put a hold on movie club then. But have you guys watched anything, any movies or shows or anything that have been notable while you've been locked inside?
Hunters.
Oh yeah, Hunters. We recently watched Hunters.
I've heard that was really good. I haven't watched it. It's
real good. Of course we started watching it when stuff was kicking off.
Yeah.
And there are a few episodes. Oh my God!
It was very topical.
Yeah, it was very topical. And this is an old show. This came out at the beginning of the year. I think February is when the show came out. So before any of this happened, but when we started watching it, of course, everything just popped off, and we were watching. There was one episode. They like to do these little fantasy scenes to kind of drive home a certain point, but it's kind of fanciful, it's coming out of the main character's mind because he's a kid and he's super into comic books and stuff. So, but not all of them are super superhero themed. But this one's based on a game show.
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a game show about it. It was like, why don't people like Jews? You know, where the whole show's premise is about, you know, Nazi hunters.
Yeah.
But like it was like satirical, and like they're like naming off like stereotypical like stereotypes of why people don't like Jews. And like the host at the very end is like, yeah, any of these things could be said by neighbors, someone you know, maybe a family member. You know, they could be in your room. Have you? And then like they're like keep zooming in on his face, and he gets like super like serious and intense, and he's like, "Is this something even you think?" And like, it's just like I'm doing a very bad job of like doing it of like saying exactly what he said, but like we were all sitting there going, holy
It's like a guilt trip on the viewer.
Yes, like they meant for that to be like, if you've had any of these kind of like, you know, stereotypical, you know, racist thoughts,
Yeah,
like they're like, you know, are you part of this group that, you know, thinks any of this? And I was just sitting there going, oh my God, that was
I'm a
brutal.
Nazi.
No, I'm not a Nazi. I was just like, that is fucking brutal. Oh my God, bug. But yeah, it was like they're brutal. Like
yeah, there were some scenes in that show that were hard to watch.
Yeah, they tried to like definitely make it be like, hey, because it wasn't just like most of the cast was like Jewish people, but they had a Japanese guy and a black lady on the team as well, and they both got into their like their race problems a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like the timing that we decided to watch this
yeah
just made everything a little more impactful,
right?
Like if we watched it when it came out, it still would have been impactful, but with the fact like when we started watching,
we probably would just have laughed everything off.
It just you know, and while I'm at it, you know,
yep.
We're trying to be positive. I'm not gonna, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
I'm gonna have to check that out because like I heard good things about it, but we didn't dive into it. For whatever reason, my wife and I have started rewatching Sons of Anarchy, even though we've seen it from start to finish. We're also watching Community because we've never seen it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think we're just about to crack. We're in season 3, like the beginning of season 3, but we're kind of like sprinkling those out whenever we have 30 minutes to kill or whatever. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. We haven't really
Community is good for a good laugh. After a while, like the last like 2 seasons, like they're still funny, but like they're not as funny as when the whole full cast is there.
Yeah, it gets hard to keep certain comedy shows going when you lose the chemistry of the full original cast.
Yeah,
like just like The Office. Like
The Office. Yeah, once Michael leaves,
yeah,
like there were some good episodes in the last 2 seasons without Michael, but like everything is much better before Michael leaves.
Yeah, I think the direct transition from Michael to Robert California was just really harsh and uncomfortable for so many people that it's like this show is not the same now.
Yeah,
and I don't think it recovered well from it. But
honestly, I'm a weirdo, but I fucking love James Spader.
Yes,
when I'm the motherfucking
Lizard King. Yes.
He was a weirdo, but god damn it, that shit.
I love it. I thought he was hilarious. I knew it was a different pace, and a lot of people were like, "This is odd," but
Cameron and I have made a game made a game. It was who said it, Ultron or Robert California. And sometimes we were having a hard time. We're like, I don't know. That sounds like that could have been Robert California, but also at the same time, that could have been Ultron.
I'm the goddamn lizard king.
Just coming out of Ultron.
What is it? I watched him when he was on. Was it Boston Legal?
I think it was Boston Legal. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But then the Blacklist. I haven't watched the Blacklist. I've heard a lot of people say it's really good.
I've seen a couple episodes of it. It seemed interesting.
Yeah, like I have an issue with those case of the week kind of shows. They don't hit well with me. So,
well, I know for Blacklist, it's sort of like what was that show called? White Collar or something like that. It was a con artist partnered with a FBI agent or something like that. It has a similar thing where there's an overarching story, but also has a kind of case of the week kind of thing.
Yeah. That's how, as weird as it is, that's how Justified started off. Like, because it had to get it.
Justified was so good.
Like it had to get its feet under it, but like it had that case of the week thing while it was simultaneously building the background story. And start to finish, like all seasons of Justified ended up being phenomenal just because of the pacing, the actors, and everything else. That show was great all the way around. I really enjoyed that one. I'm trying to think. There was one show that kind of just threw me off. It was a case of the week kind of thing. It kind of just spoiled the entire idea for me. I can't remember what it was now. But I don't watch many like daytime television network dramas, or even like the primetime regular television network dramas. I don't know why, but a lot of them just don't hit with me. Blacklist kind of falls in that category too. But then cable networks, FX and HBO and Showtime, like all those dramas
AMC
stack up to be.
Sometimes USA.
Have you guys you said Con Man, and that got me thinking, have you guys watched Sneaky Pete on Amazon?
I have not, no.
That is an interesting, fun show. It is a sketchy drama, and it's good in the right ways because it's just dark humor and dark situations where excuse me, this guy, if you don't know the premise, I'll give you a brief overview. This guy who is a con man is in prison, and his cellmate is supposed to be getting out of prison, but his cellmate is annoying and won't stop talking about this wonderful picturesque family he's got with a ranch, and how he always went to stay with his grandparents on this ranch, and how they ran a pawn business and they've got all this money and yada, yada, yada. But he hasn't seen them in 20 years. And if he goes to see them now, they'd be disappointed in him and all this stuff. Right. So the con man decides, or his cellmate, the guy who misses his family, is getting out of prison. The con man decides to steal his identity and get himself out of prison instead, and get this guy to stay locked up. And he pulls it off. So he gets fake IDs and everything else. He manages to get out of prison in place of his cellmate. And he goes to see this guy's long lost family that he hasn't talked to in 20 years and convinces them that he is their grandson. Fits in with the family. They take him in. They're happy to see him. They feed him. They give him a place to stay, make him part of the family business, the whole 9 yards. And it is a wild, amazing ride watching how he just sneaks his way into this family and the things that follow. I highly recommend it if you guys ever just want something to burn through, because it's pretty good.
We were almost. We watched Avatar because, well, it's one of the best shows ever.
It's on Netflix now.
As soon as Netflix dropped, we were like, all right, time to binge this motherfucker.
What, 3-4 days?
We fucking hammered through that as much as we could. It's such a good show. I'm really interested to see what Netflix does for their live action show.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, anything can be better than
And the movie
M.
we
Night
got?
Shyamalan's movie, literally anything can be better than that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know, a 5-year-old or younger drawing the characters and voice acting all of it and like having it like little stick figure people would be better than M. Night Shyamalan's version of them.
James Cameron's Avatar is a better Avatar: The Last Airbender than M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So, you're right. They have nothing to do with each other. But yeah, James Cameron's Avatar, which I really don't like. It's not a good movie. Everyone's hype about it. Do what?
It's Pocahontas.
It's Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this unobtainium. Yep, that's what. Nope.
Unobtainium.
That movie is not the millions of dollars it was worth for Disney to buy that franchise and order 3 more fucking movies.
No.
The only reason why it was
camera that works on the human eye.
The only good thing about it was like the visuals and the 3D technology used for the movie.
Unfortunately, people are shallow and stupid, and that's what they care about.
But the movie, like after I got done watching it, I was like, this is why did like 1 million people tell me to watch this movie? It's not good. Like, it's just all right.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. I thought the movie was just okay.
And if you watch it not 3D like on your TV after the theatrical release, you're just like, yep, no, yeah, it literally was just the technology used for this movie that gave it any kind of hype. Like just watching the movie just as standard definition 2D, you're like, this is just like
excuse me,
not as good Pocahontas or Dances.
Exactly. So, it's not as good.
At least I can, dance with all the colors of the wind.
I have to ask this. I have to ask you this though. If somebody said, Josh, you have to watch Dragon Ball Evolution.
Ooh. Okay, all right, I'm out.
Or Shyamalan's Avatar. You have to watch one, or I'm giving you eternal life.
And we all know that's a curse for me.
Exactly. It's a flip of the script for anybody else. But Josh is like, fuck.
You know what? This catch-22, I guess I'm going to live forever. I guess I'm going to have to get used to living forever, guys.
Given the choice between those two, I'd honestly choose Dragon Ball only because I haven't seen it. Just out of pure curiosity, I would choose Dragon Ball.
You were one of the few lucky people.
I think I would have Dragon Ball Evolution is just so bad. Like it's not
so bad.
But like every time I hear Ong is gonna piss me off. Like that entire movie, the first time he says Ong, I'm like, oh, why? His name's not Ong.
I saw Avatar in theater and I do not remember
it.
Yeah, they gave everything a more authentic pronunciation because anyone cared about that.
All the white people. Oh my! There's like one show that you could have perfectly cast a very nope. All the Water Tribe are white people. Nope, they're not. They're closely, influenced by Inuit people.
Don't you know? Living that close to the poles, you'd be super pale and white looking.
And Eskimos. So like, why are they all white people? Oh man, why?
Yeah, there are a lot of things wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Bad Movie Club.
Yeah, welcome to the Bad Movie Club.
That's what we need. That's what we need to do. Like, spinoff.
Like, oh shit, that's a hard. And they took all of the comedy out of that series, out of they took.
They did.
Like that source material is just full of like serious moments, but like they still know how to cut tension with comedy because it's for kids, but it still does a good job of being for anybody. Like some of those situations that they are in are very adult themed, but it's good to have the comedy there. And for the movie, like they didn't keep any of those adult type situations, like where these kids are put into like these serious situations that they have to make grown up decisions. And the comedy to help balance that out. It just fucking flat the whole time. But it honestly, I think Dragon Ball, because at least it still is like trying to be
Shit.
It's at least trying to grab some inspiration from the anime and manga, like,
unfortunately,
kookiness of it all. Like, they still add some of the weird kookiness. It's not the exact kookiness, but they still at least try to add some of those like comedic beats that are in the manga and stuff. But like
the only problem with it is it's written from
and like James Marsden at least tried. Right now, not James Marsden. That's
Justin Chatwin.
No, the Piccolo. What the fuck's his name? Jason? James? Is this James? It's not James Marsden, because James Marsden is Westworld / Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, finally watched that. Fucking great.
What, Sonic?
Yes.
It's surprisingly good for what?
It's the best adaptation I've ever seen.
This is the best video game movie except for for Detective Pikachu. Like, those two movies are surprisingly pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, they're nothing to like write home about, you know, story-wise or, you know, visually or anything like that, but they're just good, fun movies and surprisingly decent video game movies.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of kids' movies. And, but I was all in watching Sonic. I'm like, I really enjoyed that. That's something I enjoyed watching with the kids, and I'd be fine coming back to that as a franchise.
I never thought I would enjoy a live action Sonic adaptation. Never thought I'd enjoy it.
And Ben Schwartz
never thought it would exist.
Yes, and Ben Schwartz does a good job of being Sonic. I like his voice, and I like him being just kind of what he gets to do.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays Piccolo played Angel from Buffy. The vampire with the white hair.
Yeah.
That guy. At least he tried.
That was Spike.
Yeah, Spike. Now Angel's the other one. Yeah. Angel's the one from Bones. Spike. Yeah. The guy who played Spike, he at least tried. Like, apparently he did a lot of research and like watched the anime with Piccolo, like King Piccolo and actual Piccolo, like read some of the manga and like tried to get into Piccolo, but they never let him actually do any of the things that he wanted to do.
Nope, they put him in blackface. Put him in you could not tell me for any money that was green paint. Brighten it as much as you want. That dude was black. Like, and
like, I feel like if they actually got a second movie, they may have actually let him, you know, be what he wanted to do with what the research and stuff that he actually did. But they never actually let him do any of the thing. Like, I think he even like tried to learn the martial arts that Piccolo uses himself, but they were like, no, you're just going to stand here looking evil for most of it. And that's pretty much all you do.
No, man, we got this teenage white kid he's gonna steal the show. It's all good.
Yeah.
Let's make a show that's heavily steeped in martial arts and combat, but you're not actually going to fight.
There are fight scenes. It's just not a lot, and they're not good.
Let me guess. 3 blows are thrown, and then somebody stops fighting. Am I close?
I became a fan of Shameless on Showtime. Watching from the premiere of the show, first season on. But when the first episode aired and I realized that the kid who played Goku was going to be a major character in Shameless, I almost turned it off. And I was like, this is not going to work out for me as a personal time investment, just because I've seen what he can do elsewhere. And the older I got, the more I realized that a lot of that probably has to do with the editing and like the decisions made by the directorial team.
Yeah, the editing that movie is god awful.
Yeah, it was not good.
They do not care about that line that you're supposed to not cross. There's a distinct line in cinema when you're showing a characters from two different sides. You're not supposed to cross that in an edit because it makes it look gross. Sorry. I'll stop.
It's all
Don't want to run us out too late because I'm trying to break down Dragon Ball Evolution 20 years later, not 20, but 10 years later, break down this awful movie.
When did that movie come out?
2000 and maybe 2008, 2007.
God, it feels like it was 20 years ago.
It feels like
it's too recently.
I mean, we have. Hey, Google, when did Dragon Ball Evolution come out?
In the United States of America, Dragon Ball Evolution was released on on April 10th, 2009.
2009.
2009.
2009.
Dragon Ball Evolution is recent enough to be the cause of 2020.
Hell, 10 years. I was right. It was 10 years or 11 years now. But
That's not okay. I want that to be further in the past.
I want that to be an 80s movie.
Yeah, I want that to not be something current.
We switched timelines when Evolution came out, and that's how we got here.
Yep, that was the flashpoint.
Dragon Ball Evolution actually got made.
On the topic of before we wind down anyway, on the topic of recuts and edits and editorial decisions, the Snyder Cut, are you excited for it?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested in seeing that.
I kind of
like, I was all right with Justice League. It was like an all right movie. It wasn't anything good or wasn't anything bad. It was just all right. But yeah, it definitely felt more like bright. Like, it definitely felt like you could see what Joss got to do during the editing process and reshoots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt a little more like Avenger-esque kind of. I have a problem with Zach too. He likes to keep things dark, and he likes slow-mo, and his edits sometimes can be a little disjarring. But at the same time, I feel like he may have had a better, like, what they had to cut or what they wanted to change probably was what made that movie a little strange, since, you know, he had a vision.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see what that movie actually is without his cut, and it's probably gonna be like 3.5 hours long. And
probably my real concern for it is people have been pushing for it for a long time, and I'm like, okay, you know, fine, like, let that be a thing, because it would be nice to have for comparison of what his original intended product was versus what was delivered. But now that there are going to be reshoots of certain scenes and things like that, I'm like, that kind of gives you a way to get around things that you didn't like.
Yeah, apparently it's not full reshoots, because they can't do full reshoots, but they're going to do some like ADR stuff with CGI. So they're going to have like the people come in and do ADR for like certain CGI scenes or whatever, because you can just make CG characters easily again. I think that's the reshoots that are going to do, but it's probably because they didn't actually film any of that, because, you know, I think his daughter got really sick or something like that too. Like, he had family issues and made him step down. So Joss took over. Joss and went from, you know, a second director to being like the full project director. So some of the stuff that Zach wanted to didn't get got because of Joss was in there. So they're probably like letting those scenes that he had written or whatever get made to be put into the film.
Right. I'm interested to see the product of it. I'm also interested to see what happens with Pattinson's project as the Batman.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, they did a little teaser, like HBO Max did a little teaser for the Snyder Cut.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, it was a very short, but at the very end it had Darkseid standing there. I think it was on Apocalypse. I'm not sure if that was him invading Earth or if that was him on Apocalypse. Like, because apparently Steppenwolf was supposed to go back to Apocalypse and be all like, hey, I got met with, you know, resistance. I need more forces than just what I am. So give me help, Apocalypse, and give me help, Darkseid, and I'll take care of this for you. That's what I've heard. Like, that was supposed to be part of the premise to help understand why Steppenwolf is doing this at all, because they don't really talk about that except for him coming back for the mother boxes. But why though is he doing here? What's he here for?
Yeah, exactly. Give some context.
Almost like they needed 10 years of prequels to explain all of this.
Exactly.
That's the problem, right? Like, the way that movie ended up coming out, because I was not a fan of Justice League. Right.
It was just all right. Like, honestly, some of those DC movies could have been better. But
I'm not like, I don't think it was terrible, but I think all right might even be an overstatement just for me personally, right? I think it kind of fell short, and it's really a pacing thing for me because you get introduced to the existence of Cyborg and Flash in the previous movies, but just in the matter of, oh yeah, they exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
and Aquaman.
Yeah, and Aquaman. And the advertisements for Justice League, the ones that they staggered out, they gave pretty much all the information that you ended up getting in the real movie as far as bringing those guys in.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was missing substance there, but at the same time, they dwelled on it so much. And then it goes from that, the battles, the bullshit with Steppenwolf, and the deal with Superman waking up.
Yeah.
Right. And I never found a good grounding for pace in that movie. And that's the first mark of something that doesn't sit well for me personally. That's not saying that's in no way saying that's a bad movie, but just like anything for any medium, for TV shows, movies, video games, if you don't find your own grounding for pace in it, that thing might just not be for you. And that's where that movie just lost me on it.
Yeah, it does have a pacing issue because, like Eric said, they're trying to cram 10 years like Marvel did, trying to cram 10 years of storytelling
in
into
5.
And 5 movies, if that. It's like Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, and and Suicide Squad to kind of try to explain anything.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really does any kind of explaining is Batman versus Superman. And it also has a little bit of pacing issues too.
Yeah.
But they really should have
should
have let it build out, because I feel like at this point, after seeing like an Aquaman movie, after seeing the Shazam movie, after seeing Birds of Prey, I really feel like they could have done a better job. And after the actual Wonder Woman movie, I feel like they could have done a much better job of building this universe. Mm-hmm. But they were just trying to meet
if they had taken their time and established the characters first.
So I still haven't seen Wonder Woman for completely non-sexist reasons. I just haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Aquaman, I thought was good. It was campy. It was self-aware, but I think the pacing was a lot better. And I think that movie made itself a staple of what DC could deliver as far as production and casting and everything else. I think it turned out really well. Shazam, I loved. I think I think a couple of the casting choices were weird, but I really liked the overall product of that movie. And it wasn't primary characters that I was concerned with casting on. It's just some of the tertiary characters didn't feel like they fit with some of the people they were interacting with. I'm very interested to see how Dwayne Johnson fits into this world.
Yeah, I'm really interested too, because I feel like, obviously it's, The Rock, it's Dwayne, so he's going to want to be more of a hero.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's, Black Adam's not a hero. He's an anti-hero at best, a villain at worst, like a very evil villain at worst.
What's necessary hero.
So I kind of hope they, for his movie, they let him be evil, but, become that anti-hero, slowly become, someone who's willing to do good, but somebody like Deadpool will do good, but honestly, the Deadpool movies are more like current day Deadpool, where he's actually just a good character. He's a good guy, but he kills people. Whereas old school Deadpool was a mercenary. He would kill someone if someone paid him to do it. He'd be like, okay, I don't care. But the current Deadpool is more like a goofy good guy that kills people instead of letting them go to jail.
You kind of know that it's going to end up being that way, though, when you have a character like that being developed by Fox and then eventually by Disney, where you can't let them do whatever. They have to have a progressive arc. At least that's just the productorial idea of it. It has to have an improvement arc. Because if they just stagnate as a mercenary, that's going to get dry. Like, not really. I mean, all of us would be enjoyed, but I get what they're saying. So,
it's not. It's like. Well, I'm specifically speaking like, as well as the comics. Like the comics started off him being just kind of like a gritty, crazy, mercenary, to him becoming a goofy, lovable, like anti-hero that does more good than he does anti-heroing.
Yeah,
he's a good guy that goes, oh, no, bad people that shoot at me deserve to die. So, they don't go to jail, they go to death.
You go to die.
Whereas like, old school Deadpool would have just been like the crazy guy that, killed somebody because they told him that they should get killed, and he's like, okay, whatever, my brain doesn't
$30
work
and
right.
a pizza.
Do what?
Yep, got it. All right.
But also the guy who's going to trick a girl who tried to commit suicide into going to seek help on her own choice.
That was more new with Deadpool.
They're the same character.
Actually, no, after the Deadpool kills the universe, it's not all the same character. They killed off the old school evil or more bad Deadpool to let the good Deadpool take over. And that was the whole Deadpool kills the universe thing. They were rewriting Deadpool to only have the good Deadpool. But yeah, I kind of hope they let Dwayne get to be kind of like an evil-ish, Black Adam, and take advantage of the fact that he has powers and no one can stop him, and he's doing all this because his family died to, maybe because my family died, I can prevent other people from dying, and I don't have to do it such in an evil way. Like, I'd like him to like start that arc with him and Shazam meeting, because Black Adam doesn't like Shazam because that means someone else has his power. But we'll know more once some of this stuff comes out.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes around. I think I agree with you. I think it'd be good for them to. I think that The Rock would do a good job exploring an evil persona, because you don't really get to see him do that.
Yeah.
The last time I can remember him being evil was Doom, and we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
So
since his big thrust upwards, he's been more of a good guy.
Yeah.
Than a bad guy, because back when he was still wrestling predominantly, they would throw him to be an evil guy, but even in his wrestling career, he went from being a heel character to being a face character, so that was his persona. He's now a face, so in movies he got to be face. Do what?
He's an expensive face.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that he's got a big personality, and he's fairly bombastic
and very likable, like in person too. So it's
it's going to be hard for people to see The Rock as a villain.
Yeah, because of how he's built himself up in the real world. Like I think that's one of the reasons they'll probably tone it down to straight anti-hero, not so much evil, because how is that going to
try to make him his villainous acts have like I said, he does it because his family.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a reason.
There's a reason. So they'll make him like a sympathetic villain that'll eventually become just an anti-hero.
Yeah, I really want his standalone movie to be much darker in contrast to the Shazam movie.
Yeah.
I want it to be much darker. Not R-rated or anything like that, but I want it to be clear he does not have a moral compass in his movie.
Yeah.
And then when he meets Shazam, he's like, oh, okay, maybe I could be better than this. I've spent the last 1,000 years or so locked away. He's going to come out angry as shit, but hopefully once he gets to know his enemy, Shazam, he goes, okay, this guy's just a kid. Okay.
Yep.
And maybe I can change too. Maybe I can change. I can use my powers for good. I don't have to murder because my family got taken from me.
That's pretty much what I want out of it. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for a while, and actually longer than I expected us to be honest, but I'm happy we've been doing this. This felt really good to get back in and just chat for a little bit.
Same.
So I think we're going to get ready to wind it down. Real quick for everybody listening, just want to plug again because I haven't done it in a couple months, so you can listen to it. YouTube.com/roommatesgaming, Twitch.tv/roommatesgaming. Find us on the Instagram, the Twitters. You find us pretty much everywhere. audio podcast will go up everywhere, and we'll try to get back to doing these every Friday. Of course, this Friday, today, at the time that you're listening, we're doing the sausage trade. Next week, you can join us in for Hard at Play. I see you guys giggling, but I don't have audio, so I don't know. You got to pee?
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Yeah, all right. So just to go over a couple more things before we call it then. Guys, it's been real. It's been fun, and this time it's actually been real fun.
Really fun, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you guys. Take it easy, Josh. Bounce yourself back to the bathroom. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's Eric. Guess you just watched the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on that. Oh God. There's some videos over here probably. I hope. Don't forget to check those out, man. Okay. I'm gonna go apply some more aloe.